Hi, I'm Josh Payne, Animal Waste Management Specialist with Oklahoma State University. For active microbial composting of livestock mortalities, a nitrogen source, which can be dead livestock, and a carbon source, which can be chopped straw, corn stalks, or wood shavings, are required. An ideal carbon to nitrogen ratio should fall between 15:1 to 35:1. Maintaining proper oxygen levels, or airflow, and moisture content is also important for compost microorganisms to work efficiently. Carbon sources with fine to medium porosity, such as wood chips, help regulate proper airflow. Oxygen can also be introduced when turning the compost. If proper moisture is not supplied, the organisms cannot survive. Ideally, moisture content should range between 45 to 55%, or wet enough when the compost is squeezed to leave your hand feeling moist without actually forming drops of water. When all components are present in the correct ratio, the compost pile heats naturally, destroying most pathogens, while microbial activity naturally degrades the carcass.
The other urban dwellers and other people within the region?
I think one group is very important. These are the women and youth. What we also try to achieve is that they are more integrated into the production of maize, but perhaps also in other parts of the value chain. So it could be also that youth are going to develop businesses around seed improvements or input delivery. So we are going to try to work on the integration of women and youth also in this program.
Given the amalgamation of these significant partners, the Tanzanian farmer can and will remain at the center of the partnership. As the famous naturalist, poet, and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The glory of the farmer is that in the division of labors, it is his part to create. He stands close to nature. He obtains from the earth the bread and the meat. The food which was not, he causes to be."
So if we're doing, on our farm, we're doing a Willamette, we might lay it at 36 inches and it'll come off at about 28 inches. So it just shrinks that much. The hops, we can go from 9 to 12 hours depending on the outside humidity and the temperature and how they are when they come in. So these are relatively easy drying hops.
Can I roll around? Can I make a snow cave in there?
You take the hop in your hand, and you have to get into the core with your finger, and that's what you have to have dry. You don't care about the oil or all the grease that comes, the lupulin from the petals. You get to the core, and that's how we know if it's dry. So when we were in there, to tell if the floor was dry, we'd reach our hands in about 6 inches down and take a few cones out and then test the cores. And if the cores are dry on about the first 3/8 of an inch, then it's done. If you just checked on the very top, it would still be wet. And if you reached really down there, they'd be cooked.
I grew it.
Wow! You're that much to that much? Twice.
Hi, I'm Josh Payne with Oklahoma State University. As long as you cover the livestock carcass with at least 18 to 24 inches of bulking agent or carbon material, such as wood shavings or wood chips, as we have here, That carbon material will actually serve as a filter to trap most of that odor from the carcass. If we're talking about poultry mortality compost bins, we like to see around 6 inches of cover on top of those mortalities. It's also very important not to open these piles too soon, as doing so may lead to a release or escape of some of that odor.
This is where we store our negatives. As it's the only freezer on site at the museum, there are some artifacts stored in here as well. The room is full of many different amazing and a variety of collections. I want to show you some of the brochures and pamphlets that CP sent out. Here's an example of one of their brochures, Traveling the Pacific. I mean, you could just see the incredible detail that they put in to their brochures. They're stunning. It would talk about the place that you were going to, give you a bit of a history. In this collection, we also have voyage reports, and what that is a report would be made about the conditions of the water, just a whole report of what happened during the voyage. We get quite a few requests to have those copies in the hopes that maybe somebody's name is mentioned, but also to give the family a feel of what their family went through. Today I showed you 3 archival collections that happen to be my favorite. The archives are certainly open to the public. We recommend an appointment to make sure that the staff is here. Our photos are up on various photo galleries on our website. Thank you for coming today.